All right, everybody, welcome back to Take 10. This week's Take 10 is a very special one. Yeah, we got Rebilynn on because she's awesome.
How's
and
everyone going?
You need to know who she is, and if you don't know, you need to know. And she puts out some of the best content for newer players and for reoccurring players and for everybody. And my only complaint is she needs to make more of it. But yeah. That's all I got to say.
It's in the process. It's in the process.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So everyone knows that I have my friends on. I am trying to get more people that aren't that I know that aren't as forefront in the community. Trying to get because I wanted to start. I started this with like trying to get just people to know other people because I kind of know like everybody, and I kind of want to just say, hey man, these people are cool. You guys should know who they are. So yeah, so. I asked Rebby a couple weeks ago. She couldn't make it last week because of holiday and family stuff, but now she's back and ready to go. So everyone knows this is my favorite question, which is the icebreaker question. What was the last thing you ate today?
Last thing I had to eat was actually very, very recently. I was hungry and I was like, Tam, we're going to be busy all night. We need to eat. So we got McDonald's because it's half a mile from our house. That is the easiest answer.
The easiest answer. Hey, you know what though? It's the best answer because the easiest answer when it comes to food is always the best answer because food should be easy and delicious, and that's bottom line because Stone Cold said so. That's a wrestling reference. I don't know if you'll get that or not. So
no, I don't understand it at all, but that's okay. We have a million fast food places by us, so it's oh well. Why should we cook when we can drive half a mile?
I get it. What was the one place that I had after the double store championship? What was it? It was like that drive-through place. It was the
Bebop's.
Bebop's, yeah. Okay, so if you guys
Bebop's is the best burger.
If you are ever in their area, I'm not going to dox you guys. If we're ever in their area, you need to go to Bebop's. So you will know what I'm talking about when you get there. So they will direct you. So yeah, it is some of the coolest aesthetic and some of the best food I've had at a drive-through ever. And I think I would definitely hit there at least if I would have known it was that good, I would have gone during lunch break and gotten it instead of just hanging out, right? And talking to chat because Tam was streaming it like a goat. So yeah. All right. So, question 1, which is usually the longest question and the longest answer because it's like your entire backstory. How'd you get into UVS? What got your interest in the game, and what kept you here?
Yeah, so in 2022, about late 2022, I met this guy, and he was super cute and charming and everything, and he told me he had a YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'll check it out and see what it is. He's playing card games. And I'm like, well, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played a little bit of Pokemon, a little bit of Magic. Sure. That's cool, whatever. And then we get a little more serious, and it's the first weekend I'm ever going to meet him. And he's like, I'm going to bring a deck for you, and you're going to learn how to play UniVersus. And I was like, okay. So he brings me a Toga 1 deck, and he's like, all right, here you go. And I got absolutely demolished because this game is really hard to understand unless you actually try to learn how to play.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, well, if I watch stream, I'll just know exactly how to play. It'll be great. It was not. And then, of course, I ended up dating Tamara. We've been together 2.5 years. And I continued to play in the game at first because I was like, this is time to connect and really get to know Tam and see what his hobbies and interests are. And I've had passion in card games before, so I don't see like the negatives here.
Yeah.
And I have a pack opening addiction, so that didn't.
Oh, you're not the only one.
And so I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. And I start playing very, very casually, barely going to locals, whatever. And I go to my first regional in Kansas City. It was my first ever regional.
Okay.
And I did too well. And I say that to humble myself. I think I did too well. I did not deserve to do as well as I did.
Yeah.
And it built an ego on me I did not deserve.
Yeah, I
was like,
I remember you bringing that up in pregame when we were talking before we started doing this. So yeah, but go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No, you're so good. Yeah, I almost top 16. If I didn't give Tam a win and if I didn't drop, I had potential to top 16 my first event.
That would have been sick.
And I took the ego and ran with it. I was like, oh, I'm just so naturally talented at this game. Sorry, all these people have to take so long to work for what they do. And that was me just being an asshole. And I just didn't understand at that time, like, the actual, like, need and, like, work you have to really do to, like, understand this game and really thrive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I continued to play casually, kept getting my ass handed to me. And I'd just be mad. I'd always be mad. I'd be like, I just don't understand why I'm bad at this game. Because as I started to keep going, that little bit of luck went away very fast.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I top 32 to webcam event, which felt pretty good. Joseph Zimmerman beat me out for top 16 to that. So that built my ego again.
Oh, the stinky winning ins. We hate winning ins. We like IDing at top 16, not winning an inning.
Winning an inning felt so bad.
Yeah.
And then after, I don't know, and then I just started slowly falling in love with the mechanics, getting to do new cool things when they forcefully, started trying to rotate my characters. So I couldn't have a Chakra 2 anymore. I was like, okay, well, let's try new things. Let's explore.
Yeah.
And that's when I got into, I think the next thing I played was Ochako 4.
Okay.
I was like, we're going to keep with the trends.
Yeah.
Kept with the trends, did really bad in St. Louis, got 132nd. And I think that's the time I was like, I like this game a lot. I have a lot of passion for this game, but I'm not trying, I'm not caring. So I should try and care. And so now I'm just like obsessed with being better than I was the day prior and trying to like show myself I can earn a spot in Top Cuts and earn like prize, like be a champion. I'm very results driven.
Sure.
So that's where I've worked and developed up to today.
Okay.
And just wanting to be better has kept me here. So
like I like that. I like that you say you need to. What you said, you need to learn to try to care. Like you at first you like well I don't care how I do, but now you care how you do in events. So that leads you to that mindset of like you need to work towards a goal, and like you said yourself, you're results oriented. You're orientated for that goal. You want to be a champion, and every day you work better. You get better and better and better, and that's awesome because I think that's everything we should all strive. Even as human beings, right? We're going metaphysical. We're going bigger picture here. We should always try to be better people. The day prior, right? Like, sure, we all have bad days, but you should always try to be better than you were the day before. So yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And it doesn't help having a boyfriend who's the most patient man in the world, and he challenges you to stop giving up. And he goes, take the next step, take the extra mile. And now I've learned to, if I do well, it's like, oh, I did well, but what could I have done better? I can't just take it as a win and walk away. I have to take something from it. I have to learn. I have to grow. I have to develop and like become better in that aspect too. So thanks, Tamron Cardwell.
Hell yeah. Shout outs to you in chat, Tam. Hell yeah. All right. Number 2.
He is a tool.
He's also adorable, so leave him alone. Number 2. What's your favorite symbol in the game?
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard one. I've thought about this question a lot.
Okay.
I perform so well on the death symbol. I'm such a death symbol performer, but I'm in love with the water and earth symbol. Those are my. If I had to pick one, probably water more than earth.
Okay.
But obsessed.
Yeah. Nice.
I love the interactions that you get on those symbols. That it's not just total aggro. That there's a lot of defensive pieces in there as well, and. You get to really interact with your opponent in those and be like, okay, well, I'm going to interact with your card pool. I'm going to interact with your stage. I'm going to build myself up a stage. Shout out Bowie. And really just...
Hell yeah.
and really just like have a really cool power plan and like have defensive ways to stun, defensive ways to negate damage, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I think that it was really nice to see water come back. Because it had been gone for so it's so weird to say how water had been gone for so long because we didn't get new we got water cards in Godzilla, and then we kind of got water cards in Deku, and then we got water cards in like the Star Trek decks, but we really got a big chunk of them from Critical Role, which was really nice to see them being implemented back into the game. And I think water's always been one of those cool the interactive symbol, in my opinion. Like back in the old
Yeah.
day, it was known as the reversal symbol, but like so you interacted a lot with your opponent on water, and that's something that obviously it's still true to this day. If you're able to interact with your opponent, you love it. So, and I think that's the best part about this game is that sure we all have the non-games where we just scream at our opponent on turn 2 and just kill them, but I think the real fun games are the ones where we get to go back and forth and interact with each other, because that's what it is. It's a dance between two people, and it's just
Right.
we're both trying to win a game, but it's a dance in a way. So, all right. So this question I had to change for her because she has never seen a well, she's seen some of them, but I was told it needed to be changed, kind of like Tim was the last time. So, question 3: what inspired you to become a content creator? And any advice to anyone thinking about becoming one? What would you say to them?
Yeah. The true inspiration for me becoming a content creator was when I started this game. It was so hard to learn. It was so hard to understand, and I didn't see I would say little to no female content creators in the space.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I want people that are like me. I want to see how females are represented. I want to see like more passion towards this, and I want to be able to exhibit more to digest content.
Yeah.
And if I'm not seeing it, let me be the change I want to see, so I benefit somebody in the future,
Sure.
right? And my whole shtick is I don't want to be. I'm going to use this example. I don't want to be a Walmart. I don't want to be the catch-all. I'm gonna make content on every single thing. We have enough people that do that, and they do a great job doing that. I want to be somewhere where you can dip your toes in and really start to understand and enjoy the game. And be like, oh, this is easy to understand. This is easy to digest. I understand. I can ask questions. And it's a really open and welcoming environment. And when I'm ready, I'm going to take off from the nest and fly, and there's a plethora of content creators to go and enjoy and really like dive into. And I'll always be the mama bird in the distance going, I miss you.
The empty nester.
And you recommend me to your friends and et cetera, right?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And I want to be a feminine person in the space. I want to inspire more females to play the game, because there is something in being comfortable and playing a card game that is male dominated, and seeing that women can do it, women are successful, and they aren't, being like, like sexualized, demeaned constantly, like being mansplained. And I want to show that it is possible in a card game to like not have those things happen. I will not say they don't happen, but it is a lot lower in UniVersus than a lot of other card games. And I think for the other part of the answer, any advice? I would say do content because you want to do content. Do content because there's something that you haven't seen online that you want to have online. Like, man, I wish they like did articles or something. I wish they did fun little sketches on something. No one's doing it. Do it. Be the change you want to see. And don't do it for the clout. Don't do it for the product. Don't do it for the summits. Because, God, that's just... you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to learn. You're never going to grow. And you're not going to have fun because... You have a tiny game. You have a small game.
You definitely picked the wrong game if that's your goal. You picked the wrong game.
If you want to make a living, this is a good starting point. But you can't be like 1 million subscribers day 2. It is a grind. You have to really love what you're doing, and I think that's the biggest thing is love what you're doing. Don't do it because you think that it'll give you higher status.
I do want to I want to point out one thing you said, though, the articles thing. I am so happy to say that Call to Paul in chat, his Coping with Cardboard crew, they do articles. And I am excited because I'm old and I love reading. Yes, kids, I'm old, and yes, I love reading. So I am excited to wait till all of Danny's articles are out so I can just read them all like a chapter in a book, and I'm super excited. I'm also trying to get Danny on Take 10, and they have not answered me yet. So Paul, get on that. And Paul in chat says, and women are cool as hell, and yes, they are. They are super.
Women
cool.
are cool as hell.
They're cool as hell. Man.
And what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say Man, it's gone.
You'll
I was
get it.
like, I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna wait for him to finish.
Nah, just interrupt
It just
me.
sat there and went,
Just interrupt me. You can just interrupt me. That's all good. Now, because you were.
That's crazy.
I think that your brand of content's really good because, like, my content isn't really geared towards new players. I tried that and I can't do it. It's just the way my brain works. And like I know Tam has a whole gamut. He runs everything. Like he is beginner, middle, end product player. Broberg and the Forechecks guys, they do like high level stuff, and now they're doing the history of our game, which is insane, and I love that because people don't know like the deep rich history we've had of like how this game has died multiple times and risen from the ashes and reinvented itself. Yo, it's me, Mr. Walmart. Yeah.
You're like a really bougie grocery store. You're like a really good store.
He's a Whole Foods.
You're a Whole Foods,
He's a
baby.
Whole Foods, baby. Yeah, he's a Whole Foods. But yeah, like
I figured out what I was gonna say.
No, go for it.
Do not compare the content you make to anybody else in this game. Do not go, I made this. Why are they making this? This is not fair. This is not cool. Yeah. Instead, take inspiration, take notes, learn from one another, collab with one another. Yeah. Man, it should be all high tides raise all ships. Yep. I think that's what Tam
always says that, and I believe it 100%. Yep.
And man, I think do not be jealous. Be inspired. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways too. Is you start content and you're like, man, I also put out this video, but Chris Smith got 500 views and I got 10, and I don't know why. And you just can't compare yourself. I think.
I was showing leg the entire time. That's the only reason why I get triple-digit hits. I show leg. That's all. Yeah, that's what it is. Kids like the old man.
In the tags, you put #legs.
#legs. You got it. Yep. That's the only way to do it, man. #legs. Yeah.
#legs.
But yeah, so that's some really good advice because I also like to say, like, if you want to do content, do it. Don't talk about it. Just do it, right? Like back when, kind of like your point is the whole jealousy thing. Like when me and Matt were when I was doing content with Matt and we didn't get called for the summit. Oh man, did I lose my shit because I'm like, really? You're gonna get them? Like Tam, I understand, but them? The rest of them? Like what? And so I just like, okay, I was a little hurt. I was mad, whatever. But then I was like, you know what? I calmed down and then took inspiration from that. And I was like, well, I'm going to start doing my own stuff again because why not? Because it's Matt stopped because of life, and I'm just going to carry the torch for the old man. And there needs to be a geriatric level to our content.
We need old head content.
And Tam's too busy doing Mr. Walmart stuff or Mr. Whole Foods stuff. And
Mr. Target.
Mr. Target. There you go. He's Mr. Target. So I'll do the old head stuff, and I'll try to do my best, But like, we have Tim. We have Tim Keefe at Satonis. We got the Forechecks cast guys. So like, I think we've covered the gamut. And then like even the Response on Play guys who just dropped a new video today about webcam play and Sam Tate. And Sam Tate's been doing some really good stuff over at Ace Maneuvers. And the Response on Play guys have been doing a lot of the skit stuff. Like they started doing some of those little shorts. If you haven't seen their shorts, they do some really good shorts. So you should check their shorts out if you haven't. And they're pretty good, which is a whole avenue of content. I've done it like a few times and I'm just like, man, this is for the kids, dude. It's for the kids.
Hip.
Yeah, I'm not hip at all. I'm wearing a cowboy shirt. Okay, this was my younger Tagoro as a cowboy shirt. So yeah. But anywho, question 4. What's your favorite IP in the game? I don't think anybody knows, but what's your favorite IP in the game?
Yeah, my favorite IP in the game is the only one that I saw before it came out, and that was Attack on Titan.
Oh, no shit. I thought it was MHA. My bad.
No, I'm not a weeb like that. Let's get into it. Just kidding. People can love MHA all their way.
Yeah.
So I absolutely loved Attack on Titan. Yeah. I read the manga. I watched the series obsessively in like 2021. I made Tam watch it against his will when we started dating. Every night we'd sit down after he's done streaming and we'd just sit and binge.
Hell yeah.
Nonstop. And so I I love the story. I think it's one of the most complex stories manga's ever been. And
Okay.
I think the storytelling, the plot twists are all so cool. The foreshadowing is amazing. And man, I absolutely obsessed. And when they were like, "Oh, we're going to put it in the game," I went, "This is the first IP I've ever seen. Wait, this is like what people get into the game for. Oh, I feel so cool."
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And then it was what it was. And it like was a little devastating, but also I got to see manga. I got to see the manga. I got to see the chromes, the alt arts. So I've been spoiled with that, right? I get all these arts that I get to keep from my favorite series and show.
Yeah.
Even if like the power level can be disruptive, even if there was a 300 card set, whatever.
Yeah.
I got my series.
Hell yeah, yeah. I mean, that speaks to a lot, right? Like having something that like you played before your favorite IP got in, right? So like this is huge. Like it was like when Critical Role came around and me and Zach were like, yeah, you were like, yeah, AOT, and I liked the AOT. Like I've never read the manga, but I've watched the entire anime, and holy shit, it is awesome.
It's crazy.
It's crazy cool. Like I saw. Okay, so let's take back Time Machine, Toonami on Cartoon Network. I got to see like the first like maybe up till the Colossal Titan broke the wall. Maybe it was like a couple episodes after that. I think I watched like the first 6 episodes. And it was when Annie was revealed to be, spoiler alert everybody, the female Titan. And that was the last episode I ever saw on Cartoon Network. And I never gone back to it. And I always thought that was like the coolest show because like humanity was like at its like worst. Like it was apocalyptic, and it was a mystery and all that stuff. So obviously when our game got it, when UniVersus said to announce the IP, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm binging the shit out of that. I loved every minute of it. And when someone described it to me as it's Gundam, but they're flesh mechs, my domain expansion. Like it was like my mind expanded.
Wait a minute.
And I'm just like, whoa, because I love Gundam, and I'm just like, this is so cool. It's so much cooler now, And then I don't know what's your favorite season or like arc in the story, or is it just like you love it all equally, or do you have like a favorite part?
Love all equally, of course,
Oh, yeah.
but specifically, I really loved the transition moment of learning there's more. That that we learned that there's something else besides what we know in the show. This is all of humanity. Wait, it's not?
Yeah.
And I absolutely gawked after when we got to see the kids, like Falco, Gabby, and the other 2 that I can't remember the names of. And
Udo and something, I don't know, someone like that. I don't know.
We got to see them.
Yeah.
They're dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
Spoiler, they're dead.
They're all dead.
But I love that we're like, you get to see this other side of it. That these are the villains. Wait a minute. They're in a predicament that they're being treated as weapons, and they don't get. They're not free either.
Correct. Yeah.
And getting to watch like the interpretation of like who's the true villain in the show.
Correct.
Because obviously Aaron is a antagonist at the end. He is, but is he really a villain, or is he a person of circumstance of what happened to him?
Yeah.
And my favorite scene of all of it is when when he tells his dad to get off of his knees. He's like, get on your feet.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's the one that made everything happen, and he's the reason that plot played out the way it did. And knowing it was repeated and cycled, it was beautiful.
So I don't know, there's this website called Reddit, and I just find the Attack on Titan, like people talk about the lore and I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I hit the button so fast, and I can't get enough of it. It's really weird. It's just like I like learning about like I want to see stuff like in the Great Titan War and stuff that happened way before all this, like when Ymir was at her full power with all 9 Titans in her and all that stuff. And I think that would just be so cool to watch all that. And just because like there's this giant backstory that you get like snippets of it, right? Like you get the history and all that, but you don't get like the full breadth of it, like all like. And it's like you said, like who is really the villain? They're really I know someone's gonna say Gabby's the real villain or Aaron's the real
I'm a
villain.
Gabby defendist. Whoever in chat wants to start, I will take over this take 10, and I will dissect why Gabby is just a copy of Aaron. And if you can say Aaron did nothing wrong, you can say Gabby did nothing wrong.
I like that. But she did shoot Sasha, which is sad. So but
yeah, I previewed that card.
I was just like, oh, they really turned that into a card. That's sad.
I really turned it into a card.
Yeah.
And, I think the show is just super complex and deep and meaningful. And I could, if you've never seen the show and you're like, man, I really hate the Attack on Titan set.
Yeah.
Just push it aside.
Yeah.
Pretend the set never existed. Watch the show for what it is.
Yeah.
Read the manga if you hate watching TV. I think it explores a lot of cool topics. I think that the ending was super rushed, but it was just very sudden to be deep in a fight, and it was just like over. We're like, wait a minute, what? And we didn't get like the true understanding of what the power is, right? We know it came from Ymir after she was, her tongue was ripped out after she released a pig and abused and everything. But like that's it. That's all we know. She just was in a tree and the hallucinogena was there, and we're like, wait, well, what is it?
Like we don't know. It's a creation of all things. It's crazy. But yeah, like I also agree with you. I think if you have not seen it, give it a shot. Like give it a chance, and then maybe cause I appreciate the cards more now that I know, because that last arc is like my favorite arc is actually season 3, like the political stuff.
Oh, Kenny.
Oh, that stuff is crazy. I love that stuff. I ate that stuff up so much. Kenny was great. Kenny was the true hero of the show. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm just saying it to say it to spark conversation. But Kenny was cool. I liked Levi's backstory because who doesn't love Levi? Like he's Vegeta, man.
I loved Levi.
He's Vegeta. That's basically who he is. And he's Matthew Mercer voiced him, and thank you. We love Matthew Mercer in this house. So, but yeah. Okay. Moving on. We're at the halfway point. Question 5. What is your favorite mechanic and why?
So I thought this one over, and I didn't have like a really cool answer like Paul Butler did of like stun 2 or whatever. I don't have that as an answer because he's a Sub-Zero fan. I think my answer is Bing Bong cards. I love the interaction with abilities happening upon discard, like you do things and like additional benefits happen.
Sure. So
Bing Bong is like the biggest I could think of is like you mill this. And then
Chat's fighting back. Chat's fighting back.
Chat's fighting back. You discard something and you get additional benefit to it. It is really fun to be rewarded for playing the game.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I think it's one of the things that rewards me the most is I played Percy at Denver, and I played, of course, the only Percy at Denver with combined firepower and everything like that, and it was really annoying to my opponent, but cool to me that I got to be like, I'm gonna remove this. Oh, well, I get to interact now that I did that, but I also get to interact because I did that, and just go.
Paul says in chat, I'm gonna flip a foundation and commit and steal your take 10, Rebby. Oh man, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice. I do.
Final round beef with coping with cardboard.
Oh man, I mean, we bring it, bro. Bring it. Paul owes me a match anyways, so he owes me a match. So that's what I'm gonna say right now. Oh, I'm allowing this. I'm allowing this. Don't do that, chat. Don't do that. I like stun, Paul. Wow. Come on, guys. Be nice to each other. Be nice to each other. I know it's all in love.
I never called him that. That's crazy. I love Paul Butler.
Paul Butler's great. But he still owes me a match. You do owe me a game. I want the game. Not a game. I want the game, my friend. All right.
Okay.
Like, you seem like you do like the gambling aspects of the check off the top, discard. I think that's a lot of fun. That's a fun aspect of the game where it's like you don't know. It's like it's the RNG of the game, right? Where you don't know if it's gonna happen off the top of the deck. Like when you combine firepower and you're like, cool, I just rip 4 of the +2 damages and you're dead. And it's it does fit your play style and your personality, where it's like, this is a fun mechanic and we like to do the fun stuff and I want to hit all my buttons and do all that. So I like it. I like it a lot, you know.
Hilarious, because my favorite symbol's not about that
Not
at
about,
all.
yeah. No. It's about stunning and committing and sealing your rivals and interacting. It's not like someone in chat said he wants to stun too, you know. So.
Me and Paul Butler are not on speaking terms. Kidding.
All right. Question 6, which is kind of weird because tomorrow is the new one. Do you think the ban and errata list is actually doing its job?
Yes, I think the ban and errata list does its adequate job at communicating with the players changes and information regarding the meta status. I think it is really important for UniVersus to openly communicate whenever they are noticing problems in the meta, so it doesn't feel like people are crying into the void. And that's one of the hardest things in any game is, oh, this doesn't feel fair. This doesn't feel fair, and it starts creating NPE, negative play experience. And you're like, oh, it just feels like the void, and it feels devastating. And if the company never acknowledges it, does it feel valid? Does it feel real? Or do you just feel like you're bitching?
Yeah.
And for it to be taken seriously and to know that the creators or the game designers really like the idea of keeping the game healthy matters a lot. It's something I like about Flesh and Blood is that they are very open and very quick on responding to issues in their game.
Sure.
And and I like that UniVersus also gives explanations, and they're not just like, Combined Firepower was errated. Sorry. Hope you liked it.
Yeah.
Hope you didn't. And we get to hear, man, Rebilynn played Combined Firepower on stream and removed 500 things and made a negative play experience that was not intended for this game. This was not the intention of UniVersus to create this play experience where it's hard to combat, right?
Yeah.
And so I think they do a really good job. I wish one thing they did a little bit better was communicating, like, maybe a watch list, right? Like, hey, we're keeping an eye on these things and trying to see how they move and manipulate in the meta. And I wish they took data from local championships. I wish they took data from, like, community ran events and really took that and use that in their data rather than just one regional a month.
Sure.
That's just my opinion.
You also heard it here first. Rebby takes the blame for getting Combined Firepower errated. So it's Rebby's fault.
asked Jeremy Ray if it was because I played it on stream, and he said yes. And I went,
oh, man. Hell yeah. There you go. That's some clout right there.
It was probably a lot of other things, but I sure
you take it.
Was like cherry on
yeah, you take that.
ice.
You take that. All right. So number 7, which is kind of weird because you already have your favorite IP in the game. But if you could have one IP brought into the game, what would it be?
Oh, easy answer. Invincible. My favorite series in the world. Hilariously enough, I was introduced by Tamron Cardwell to that one as well. Our first Discord date was watching entirety of season 1 together. And he went, you want to see something fucking crazy? And I went, yeah. So sat obsessed, loved it, and we watched season 2 and 3.
Okay.
And I think it's one of the coolest tales so far that I've ever read and watched. And like, I'm so excited about the IP. I'm like actually taking time to make a fan set.
Oh,
and that's
cool.
not something
Awesome.
I have time for.
Okay.
And I make time for it because I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool if this character got to do this and this and that. And it makes me like, I'm so excited for it that like I'll hype it anytime I'm near a UVS employee. I'm like, oh, if only we had Invincible in this game.
Yeah, that's something that I remember. Like that happens a lot to them. Like because the people are like, hey man, we want this in the game. We want this in the game. Like I think Invincible would fit really well because it's a cool comic book property, but it also has an animated show.
Superheroes.
And it's superheroes. It's like we can't have. It's hard. Like sure, we got like some DC characters with the Suicide Squad stuff, but it's like having like Invincible would be super cool because it's kind of like its own thing. Sure, it's Superman technically, but it's like
but it's not like related to a major, huge cinematic universe.
Correct. And the characters are very cool. I've seen season 1. I haven't finished season 2, but season 1 was good. Season 1 was really, really good. And
You have to watch season 2. The end
Yeah.
of season 2 is insane.
okay,
It's like
well then I'll have to catch up then. So I gotta
some of
you know.
some of the words they say in every season just hit me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa! I start taking back every
Yeah.
time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's a good show, and I know a lot of people like it, and I think that's the thing too, right? When someone goes, "Well, I want my IP in the game, and I want this IP in the game," it's like, well, like, is it known enough that people are actually going to buy it? Like, I think that's a big thing for the UniVersus, UVS games, I guess, is like Invincible is a well-known like property now, having an Amazon show, and the comic book, has run its course, obviously, because it's an older show, it's an older thing, but. I think that something like that, because it's superheroes, it's an animated show, it's a popular animated show, would probably be a good not like a no-brainer, but it's definitely something to look at, right? Like, because it's something we don't have. Like, we have MHA, which is really the X-Men, but like, having actual adult superheroes would be super. Or I guess they're teenagers too. I think he's like. He's a high
They're
school.
graduated.
They're graduated now.
adults.
Okay, fine. They're adults now. So yeah. So like, I think that'd be cool to have like an older style superhero instead of like a kid superhero show or whatever. Even though like most anime isn't for kids, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah.
Exactly. And that's I guess that's a really good point you brought up is what constitutes something to be good enough to be in our game, right?
Mhm.
Like, I can think of a lot of things I want to be in this game. Like, but do they make sense, like,
Yeah.
game-wise? Am I going to put in, like, Oran High School Host Club, which is, like, a fan service girl show that is all about boys flirting? How
Sure.
does that, like, turn into punches, kicks, ranged
Yeah.
weapons, slam? And how does that work out mechanically, right? Like,
Mhm.
when I think of what I'm allowed to put in as an IP, I want to make sure it makes sense with all the keywords we have,
Correct,
makes sense with
yeah.
all the symbol identity that we have,
Mhm.
or else it just feels misplaced and just not good enough, and it makes our game degrade.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, one of these days I'll do my own take 10 where I'm asking myself questions because someone brought that up. They're like, you should do a take 10 on yourself. And I'm like, that's a great idea, but it's going to take so much editing to do. I'm lazy, and I'll just have someone probably interview me. But like, I'm a huge Ghost in the Shell fan back from the day.
Yeah.
Like when it originally came out, like way back in the day. And I think that would be that's always going to be my number one pick. Always. And it fits, but I don't know if it's nostalgia bait or the fact that, or it's just too old and it's kind of run its course and it's probably not, but like we always have the ones.
Iconic series.
It is, but is it going to make them money is the real question,
Yeah.
right? Like, sure, you're going to get a bunch of old heads and a bunch of old 40-year-old nerds. Yeah, we get to play with the Major and play with all the cool characters and, the Laughing Man and all that. But it's
Are
whatever.
you the primary source of income for this game?
No,
That's the question.
to be fair, there are few of us probably are, but I don't know if I'm one of them. But yeah, like that's a really good choice. A very good, very very good pick, and it's fresh, it's new, and I think it's something that they have to kind of. They didn't really miss the boat on MHA, but like MHA had kind of like hit its peak when it came out in UniVersus, but I think Invincible is just right on that uphill slope to where it hasn't even hit peak UniVersus yet. And but yeah, I think it's a great choice. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Number 8. You get your choice of 2 players, can be current or retired, to pick for a teams event. Who are they and why?
Okay, this one took me a little bit of thinking because I went, I don't know, I've never played a teams event, so I don't know who I'd want.
No.
And so I was like,
seriously? No. We gotta get you to play in teams. It's so much fun.
I'm such a socially awkward person that by like Sunday I'm like, oh, everyone
I get
has
it.
their team, so well, bye.
I get it.
I just kind of zone out.
I get it.
But thinking about it really hard, I think the 2 people that I would want would be Paul Butler and Anna Margaret. Those are the 2 people that I would want. I think to be able to endure the hardship of playing teams after after a day of Swiss, and having to really keep going nonstop and really thrive, like go right back into it. Mm-hmm. I want people that are positive, encouraging, and uplifting. I want to feel the highs of winning. Mm-hmm. I want to be consoled on my lows. Those are the moments I don't want to be told do better.
Yeah.
I want to be told it's okay. It's a side event. You did what you did. It's fine if you lost. Great if you won. Because I'm results oriented,
Yeah.
I get extremely disappointed when I
Sure.
lose.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
having someone that can celebrate those really high highs and keep my lows high, I think is really important.
Okay.
And those are two people I really love in this community and have shown me such kindness and really like treated me as a person
Yeah.
and made me feel like I am not Tam's girlfriend. I am Rebby.
You are.
And that
You are
has
Rebby.
meant a lot to me.
Yeah. Paul in chat says, "Oh man, I beat Tam. He's honored. He'd love to play in teams." And I, as teamed with Paul at Worlds, it was a blast. And I think I need the run back with him, and we just need to run it back. And yeah, we're just gonna do it, buddy. But yeah, I think you really should play. If you have the mental energy to do it, you should definitely play in teams because it's one of the funnest events. Because it's just 3 people hanging out, playing games, and sure, a lot of people take it super serious, super sweaty because whatever, wall tickets. But like, it's one of those events where you like. If it's weird to say there's nothing on the line, but there is something on the line. Like, you want to win, obviously, but like, you don't have to carry. You're not carrying yourself. You have 2 other teammates to help you out, right? Like, we have a world champion in Ben Shoemaker who's 0-5 in finals. He has never won a game in finals, but his 2 teammates carry him all the time. So, but like you could carry them in Swiss. And then Paul picks you up, and he goes, "It's okay, Rebby. There's only one set of footprints now, and he's just gonna carry you, like the Jesus meme."
That's right.
He's just gonna carry you. That's what he's gonna do.
Paul Butler is Jesus.
Hey man,
confirmed alive on Christmas.
Oh wow.
Stream.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I love Tam, but
Yeah.
man, we're such different people when we play.
Oh,
He is hard,
sure.
analytical, focused,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I love my boyfriend. I don't want to spend all weekend with him when I see him every day.
Sure.
I want to go hang out with people.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't pick him.
I get it. No, it's fully understandable, right? Like, cause like, I don't think I could. I don't want to work with my wife. I love my wife, and I love it when I get to come home and I see Kim, but I do not want to be around her at work either, because it's just like it's my away space from home, I guess, or whatever. So I don't know. It's weird. It's people who have significant
Face
others.
makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. Like, I miss her now when she's just in the other room. I miss her now forever. But okay. Cool. So Paul Butler, Anna Margaret. And I'm very excited that you chose Anna Margaret because she's kind of like a newer player to the game. And when she does content, she seems like she's very passionate about it. And she seems like she's very just not like, she seems like she's very focused on doing well and getting better. Because every time I've only interacted with her once, but it seems like when you guys speak about, when you've talked about her, that she just wants to get better and better at the game, right? Like, that's something very cool to have on the team too, right? Is like, you just want people who are just there to have fun and get better, right?
Yeah, I think if I had to speak upon Anna Margaret right now, I think she is one of the most genuine people that you'll meet in content in the wild. She seems like when you meet her, you're like, no one's this peppy, and then you get to. I've hung out with her outside of that. We've gone to dinners, we've gone to hang out and do things, and she's just so humble and open and honest and kind and encouraging, and she's just like accepting of feedback. She's always wanting to do right by people, always looking for the next step up, and I think that's why she's so successful in her career.
Awesome.
And I think that anyone is blessed to get to know her, and I'm very happy to call her a friend. So.
Nice. Awesome. That's great. All right, number 9. I think we've already prefaced this a bit. What's your favorite deck right now?
My favorite deck right now is Ochako 4 on the water symbol. Yay! I am now victim to the Tasty Rift military airship loop.
Oh no! Oh, Rebby.
And you know who does it really well?
We're gonna have to get you help. We have to get you into a 9-step plan and then figure out how to pull that away from you. Oh no, it's a powerful drug.
Ochako 4 does it so well. She doesn't have to play the loop, and I think that's the coolest part, right? And She has, oh, well, I have all highs, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Who cares? If I don't get the loop off, I don't care.
Yeah.
I can use, my deck right now does need work, but right now, I could be like, all right, well, I'm not finding the loop, but I have an airship on field. I'll Mighty Blitz, I'll put a Falling Skies into my card pool, I'll pick it up. And now, I can just throw a bunch of highs at you, kill you.
Oh, that's right. Well, Mighty Blitz has water. Oh boy, we're all fucked. Oh boy.
It's not a high, though, which is its
which
negative.
is fine. Which is its negative, but you can put a high in and you get damage, or is it discard momentum? I forget what it does when you put...
If you have a high in
Yeah.
your, it's +3 damage if you have a low
Okay.
discard
so
2 momentum.
You get extra damage on it. That's super cool. Okay, yeah.
As Tam said, yes, it is
It's
a charge as well.
Yeah. Hey, Herman. Hey, Stewie. Yeah. go
Stewie
ahead.
said, I thought it would have been Hood. No. I love Hood. Hood's not good.
We're a Choco
I made
4
my
gaming
15
man.
for 15s.
we're gonna hit people with 1,000,000 attacks and then kill them. But like, I like that
Yeah.
that you have like it's not your main focal point like a lot of decks like will have. Well, the loop's my all-in, right? That's how I'm gonna kill someone. I have no backup plan. The loop is your backup plan, right? Like, so that's good because you want to have a deck that can kill someone without the gimmick, right? Like a Choco's just gonna outstat you, right? She's one of the best damage dealers in the game. So
Correct. And she has access to Adapting the Plan, which is an outwit card that says, after your rival reduces the speed of your attack +4 speed. -1 speed. I'll Barrier Shield you. All right, I'll respond. I'll go ahead and put it right back up. You are not touching my speed. I'm gonna get damage through to you. There are things that obviously hurt me, aka Tamron Cardwell's Beast Titan deck, but it is one of my favorite decks right now, and it makes me super happy, and you never realize how many cool things are on either air, earth, or water symbols that are really meta staple picks, and you're like, wait, I have answers to everything.
Yeah, that's super
I'm working
cool.
through developing the whole deck.
And what's cool with that character too is she gets to buy back her flip cost stuff, right? Like you get to reflip your outwit card. You get to unflip your desperate struggles or your weapon clashes or whatever, whatever. Like you could technically play She doesn't have death. Why do I think she has death? That's stupid. That's Bowie that has death. I'm too Bowie piled right now because that deck was cool too, by the way. But like I think that character has been underrepresented lately, just because the shiny new toys, and when someone puts time into her and like you are and you're practicing and you got your strats down and you got your lines all figured out, it's like I don't want to face someone who has like the 10th version of a Choco 4 on water. No, I don't want to deal with that crap. No. Knock it off.
And she got so much stuff from Attack on Titan 3. Aerial Reinforcement says your Falling Skies instead of being +5/+5 or +6/+6. And I tested out the Falco SR because I thought it was really cool. And it's interesting. It's really hard to play if you're playing Tastyriff, so I had to take it out. Another cool tactic was Survey Corp Teamwork, where you play it, you put +1/+2 on their next two, change their zone. I don't have to play highs, which I'm going to plug myself is going to be one of my Build Breaker episodes is, can I play Ochako High without a single high in my deck?
Hell yeah.
So look out for that eventually.
Yeah.
But she has so many cool opportunities with like the new set and everything, and she's finally getting defenses pieces that she's been lacking since set 1, set 2 rotation, where she lost so much.
Yeah, I think that was I think that was just like a big water problem, right? Water lost so much with rotation. It's just it's sad, but eventually we're crossing fingers. We got some back with Critical Role. Hopefully we get more back with Turtles and Guilty Gear. Give us more water. Yeah. So Paul in chat says Build Breakers is going to be so cool. And then Hermit says I love off the wall builds. So yeah. So you'll have some. I'm gonna smash like. I already go if you haven't. Go smash like and go subscribe to Reby's YouTube channel. Go do that. And then come back. That's fine. Or just open a different window.
Come back.
Open in another window and do that, and then just close it, or just watch all of her content while you're watching this, so you can watch them at the same time, and it's Rebiception.
Good luck hearing anything.
Yeah. Okay, so question 10 as we wrap up this episode of Take 10, which has been fantastic. Where can people find you, and any shout outs?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere that says Rebilynn online. I am the Rebilynn online. I wish I could change it to Rebby, but someone has the Rebby taken. You can find me anywhere that it says Rebilynn online. I do beginner-friendly content. I do easy-to-digest content. I do entry to competitive content. And it's my journey in becoming a competitive player, and it has represented my journey from Louisville last year to right now. I am a little behind on videos at the moment, as Chris has mentioned. I've had a lot of things go on in life, so I'm a little behind, but
I understand.
Videos are plotted, scripted. They just need filmed, edited, and put up. I have multiple series that I have going on.
You script your stuff? You just, wow. No, man. You're too good. You're way ahead of me. I don't script anything, bro.
I have perfectionism, and it
sorry to interrupt
makes it hard to film.
Yeah, I bet.
No, you're so good.
I bet.
And I have 4, almost 5 series that I am working on. I have Build Breakers, which is taking the game to the extremes, testing the limits of deck building. I have Zero to Hero, my entry-level competitive experience in learning and adapting to the game. I have my beginner how-to content. It is going to be a series where we do build on basics, where we're going to go from the beginning, scratch, and we're going to build on, and eventually you are going to be able to be a self-sustaining player. I also have Deck Diaries. Deck Diaries are my fun, non-meta decks that I think are fun and interesting and deserve a little bit of spotlight. And this is not official. This has not been announced. I am working on a podcast, video podcast. It is going to be called UniVersus Unplugged.
Ooh, heard it here first.
I take content creators and we have open dialogue discussions about things that I think need open conversation in that game.
All right. Hell yeah, that's cool. See, I like that. I like that type of, I like, we need more podcasters, but we also need people to do like we have so many this is a podcast technically, and then we got the Four Checks podcast, and then, but I think like what you want to tackle is going to be different from what, like me, I'm David Letterman. I'm just interviewing the guest of the week, right? Like I want people to get to know my friends and get people know people in the community that I believe people need to know. And then we got the Four Checks cast. Their podcast they do like the meta breakdowns, and they do all that math stuff because they're all good players. So they do all this math stuff. So, and I don't pay attention to them because they're my friends and I don't math. I'm vibes player, baby. Vibes. Right here.
Right.
Vibes. In the heart. But yeah, like I think. Oh, go ahead. Continue.
No, go.
No. I was just gonna riff, but you got it. Nope, you got it.
Too bad.
No. You go. No.
I was gonna do shout outs, but if you want to say something before I do shout outs.
No, you do shout outs right now.
Okay, so obviously shout out to my boyfriend Tammy Cardwell. I would not be here if it was not for him and his never-ending love, support, and passion towards making me a better person every day. I want to shout out Paul Butler for being a sounding board and a really good friend who is the first person that ever made me feel accepted in this community. I want to say shout out to Kaiju and Liberty, my cats. They are the reason I want to die every day because they're chaotic. Shout out to everyone that I've met in this community and has welcomed me with open arms. Thank you to Chris for giving me a platform. I had no right to be on this show, and he gave me the opportunity.
You have every right to be on this show, woman.
Well, it's awesome. It's not a due, right? Like I'm not due to be on here.
Oh,
it's
no.
I get this privilege, right?
You're due. You are due your flowers. Trust me. You are due.
You're due.
Yep.
But I want to thank the community for welcoming me with open arms. As the more I've really enveloped and grown in this community, and I hope to continue to be a sounding voice and an advocate for female and everybody and really try to open representation and get more beginner friendliness into this game so we can grow and thrive. So people can go and leave the nest and go hang out with Chris Smith on his Twitch. So.
Oh my gosh. Nah. It's like Paul Butler says, women are cool as hell. So we need more girls.
Women are
we
cool
need,
as
we need
hell.
more women in our game because they're just cool as hell and they're way cooler than dudes. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So, yeah, like I think that the community as a whole is very good at welcoming. We love new players. We love new players so much because our game was so small. It was so small. It was less than 100 people at one point, I assume. I think it's like 120 at its smallest point. Maybe. I don't know. But, like, it's so neat to see how it's grown and, like, how we haven't gotten that big game negativity. Like, there's always going to be negative Nancys and everything, right? But, like...
Yeah.
I would like to say that our game has grown a lot. It's grown so much, but we've kept that small game vibe, right? Like, because technically we still are very small, but like we've grown way bigger than we used to be. So I'm glad to see that a lot of people like we've stayed that course. That it's like Olive Garden when you're here, your family. You know that's the way I like to say it. It's like we don't have good breadsticks, but when you're your family, right? You don't get your taste of Italy, but your family. So yeah, it's a pleasure. It was so good. It's so nice to meet you. Like when I don't remember the first time we met. I don't remember. Is it
in Kansas City?
Probably.
And you were like, oh, hey Tam, blah 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 blah. And then I don't think we like said hi, but
oh yeah, probably.
I think I saw you and I was like, that's a guy. And then I was like, okay, because you slightly looked like. I would say this, and Tam's gonna be like, "No shot, you've never told me this." I think you look like his martial arts instructor, and I thought you were his martial arts instructor, and you also played the card game. And I was like,
"Oh boy,
what's he doing here?" And then they were like, "That's Chris," and I went, "Oh, that's not the same."
I have no idea. I don't know any martial. All the martial arts I've learned are from sick ass action movies, so it means I don't know anything. So Tam just goes.
Tam
what?
Look up Dan and look at Chris and tell me they don't have similarities.
I mean, we're probably both old. That's probably what it is, and that's it. Probably.
No.
But no, it's like it's been really cool getting to know you and watching your journey in the game, and then now a final round full timer, and we love it. And we're just gonna.
I'm gonna.
It's gonna be great.
Prove the name.
Yeah, you're gonna final round some people. In Louisville, final round. Just gonna. We should bring a board for Chris to break at Louisville. Man, I don't want to hurt my hand, bruh. I'm not that strong. I don't know. Like the 1-inch punch thing, right? Like, I don't know. Trust me. You don't want me anywhere breaking boards. I'll probably break a hip or something. You don't want any of that. I think I took Taekwondo in college. For a credit, and I was really bad at it. I had delusions of grandeur, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna be like this guy's on Tekken, and I'm gonna beat someone up. Nah, dude, I got kicked in the head a couple times. It was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, it happens. But like, you have the headgear on and stuff like that, so you're nothing really bad.
Oh yeah, then you're safe.
But I was a wrestler. I was a wrestler in high school, so I was a grappler. So every time I'd get near someone, I would try to like take them down, and then you're not allowed to do that in martial arts. MMA you are, but not in like actual stand-up martial arts. So I got told no. So, but yeah, cool beans. So this ends this week's episode of Take 10 with my special guest and friend Rebilynn. Yeah, it's been a fantastic night.